and welcome everybody to another Jeffrey's Joysticks video. Today, hopefully we're going to continue on where we left off. So, if you hadn't saw the previous video, it's just a brief summary that I was mounting the PCB finally. And during that process I came across just a wee issue with regards to the top panel. Try and get a really good, here we are, profile here. So as you can see, there's like little wings, like a kind of missile wing thing going on there, and it just so happens that it's affecting this area here in particular. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to prep up the Dremel. I'm going to shave these back just a wee smidge and see where that takes us when it comes to placing the top piece back down on the case. And then once I've established that, hopefully we can make a start in the wiring. But we'll wait and see, guys. Let's get stuck in and see where it takes us, eh? So before I commit, guys, I've just got this this bottom panel piece back in place here, and this is the kind of PCB dock area in particular. So I'm just gonna 100% just roughly guide out where the problem area is before I start shaving things back to find that it's not the one I ideally needed to shave back. So I'm just having a wee cheeky check. I think it's definitely going to be this one in particular. That one there. One thing I need to be wary, unless I've just had a swatch there. I'm trying to see what the issue is with this bottom right hand area here. Right, you stay at the rudder now. So let's get this lined up again, like so. Why am I having issues down this bottom right hand side here? What is happening here? Right, that just gets pushed down, like so. Right, okay. It just needs I'm too gentle with it, that's the issue here. So I'm just having a wee peek around there. So that's a definite, that is definitely not to be interfered with. These three down the corner here where that screw hole is. So it must be this one here directly across from the PCB dock itself. So if I flip mode that over, try and remove it gently now that I've somewhat placed it in. Come on. Don't make me get a flat-headed screwdriver. That's what happens, eh? I just keep taking bits off and putting them back in, and hopefully all of this will be finally re-put back in and I won't have to foot about with it. Oh no, it's tight 1 minute. Right, okay, so I just need to get my bearings here. So it's going to be this. So that one there, guys, is the one I'm going to be shaving back the wee wings. I know it's no ideal because I don't have a pointer, but that there, I'm going to try and shave that back just so it's not protruding. So BRB. Right, guys, I'm back. So I've got the Dremel all prepped here, ready to rock and roll. I'm just going to test. So just for the camera here, I've used like a slightly thinner, I know the lighting's pretty poor, but yeah, just to try and get a scale. It's a very small sanding piece, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to take away that, but I'm going to flip mode it so it's easier for me to get in at that angle. So unfortunately my gloves are in the hut and I can't be bothered rushing it to go and grab them, so I'm just going to wing it, guys. I'm just going to try and come in probably that angle there and see where it takes us. Let's get stuck in, give it a bash. And what I'm finding here, guys, is, I'll try and show you, this piece here is preventing me from getting kind of close in, hitting against there. So I'm going to try and find a appropriate technique that I can still get in at that angle but continue shaving on here. Cut away some of these fibres here. See, then try and come in at this angle. I don't know how that's going to be. I guess it's good for kind of levelling up. And I've shaved a wee smidge off it. I just feel I could take a wee bit more off it. Just enough to get in. Overview of how that looks. Try and get it at a better angle here. That's not ideal. And maybe what I'll do, guys, is I'll maybe showcase this on the socials. Shaved a wee smidge off it. It might just be enough. So I'm just going to give this a quick tidy up and then BRB. Okay guys, so I'm back. I've got the PCB in place here. I'm just going to test how this is now that I've kind of shaved it back a wee smidge. I think it's more like the Nutric, these little wings are getting in the way of the Nutric, so I'm just going to put the case back together as it should be, on the off chance that it sits flush. Now, I think I'm okay, just. everything seems flush from a panel perspective. It's flat. Hopefully I'm not going to have to use any of these terminals along this blue strip here. I think worst case, you know, I'm going to be using some of these. One of these in particular that's going to be connecting the kind of these buttons along here, so it might very well be like left trigger, right trigger, you know, touchpad key if it was a PlayStation configuration, and then these will be like start select. That's the plan anyway. So what I'm going to do next, guys, is I'm actually going to like screw in, hopefully these are the screws that I can use. But yeah, I'm going to try that, guys. BRB. Okay, so originally I was hoping to use, it came in a little small bag, so it was just little screws. Came in little nuts as well, but they were unsuitable, so what I've actually had to do to make it happen is, I'm just going to put my screwdrivers back here, is I've actually had to use some of the case screws. I can't get that screwdriver back in there, so I've actually had to use these case screws just to secure the PCB in place. So that's how it is, guys. So I think now I'm going to give it a try on wiring, now that I've established that hopefully this case lid will fit once everything's in place. So yeah, let's get the wires out, let's get stuck in, see where it takes us. So first hand, yep, I've got my wee packet here that I opened up earlier. I'm going to basically try and colour code using these, and I've got the wiring diagram which thankfully you can get on the Brook website. So let's start off proceedings by trying to connect the wireless antenna first hand, and I'm going to try and do this in the neatest possible way so that it's no protruding in amongst the actual buttons here. So I'm going to try and run a channel past these three little supporting pieces, I would assume. Try and wing it around there. Might be, I wonder if I can try and like do that and twine it in between like so, and then connect it that way, and then I can hopefully try and nudge it across. Let's see how do you actually attach this on here. Like so. No, I'm just gonna get a closer view. It's kind of like a little pin. It's very, very nimble, guys, so if you're like me and you don't have raccoon-esque type hands, then it could be very well it's a job for the tweezers, but I'm going to give it a try anyway, just to get it in place. Push down as such. Sprint them back out. Right, okay. BRB, guys, gonna get my tweezers. So guys, yeah, I came back and I couldn't find my tweezers, so I just had to persevere, try and position it using my fingers. I finally got it, and yeah, I've just tried to run it past these channels here. Obviously the joystick's going to kind of be about this area here, so I'm going to have to somewhat bring it in, and I hope that it's not going to protrude too badly here. Try to think of a better way I could do this. So even if I was to do that, wrap it around so, then there, yep, and then try and rally it around there. Things I gotta do. There we are. I mean, that's the best I'm gonna get, guys, and I can just try and keep it out of harm's way there. Like that. Right, okay. So you won't be able to see, but what I've done is, oh, my iPad is red hot, man. The football's on, obvs. It's fine, we'll catch it on Match of the Day later on. Got more important things to be checking out here. So, just to the left of me there, likewise said earlier, I've got the diagram courtesy of Brook. So I'm going to try and wire it in accordance to how they've done it, you know, colour coordinating. So let's give it a bash, guys, And then hopefully when we get it kind of up and running. Now I am aware that I've only just placed an additional order via Focus Attack, so I don't have the cables for these buttons here, but it's no biggie because, like I said, this is purely an emulation joystick in the meantime. But at one stage I will connect them so that I can get that other functionality should I decide to plug this into, you know, a PS4. So yeah, here we are. There's the cables here. Get them bunched out the road. Move you. Oh, right, I'm curious as to what this might be. This could very well be hang on a minute, I'm just going to have a wee look at the back here. 4-pin button harness, 2-pin button and joystick harness, okay. Right, so let's set that to the side, let's get tuck in with this lot here. Just off camera here, guys, I'm just trying to untangle this. There we are. So it's quite nice that how they've arranged it is that they've got it as if it's like cable tied together. So I'm just trying to get it. Now, I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make a start plugging things in here. No, I don't want to bend no pins here. Just double check 100% before I commit. What I've got to think here is, right, I've sussed it, I think. So these black cables must be the ground wires. So we're going to have, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're going to be the ground wires that connect to the buttons. Splendid. That's a good sign. Right. Nice. So what I want to do, probably have those readily available over here. So at least the ground wires readily available, and then it's just a case of we just start connecting colours. Yeah. And then that'll be the joystick. So what I'll probably do, guys, try to think ahead here. Place that over the top. Like so. 2 seconds guys, I'm gonna have a head scratching on my strategy here, BRB. So one thing to note guys, and I've just noticed this via the Brook wireless page, is more or less they're stating, flip mode that here, you can see that, yeah. So when the battery is concerned, so basically this red wire needs to be in line with this section here. So I'm just going to do that right now before I start putting panels and things back in. So red wire needs to be facing up here. Yet again, a pair of tweezers would be very handy. I'm going to move that panel to the side at a moment. I'll draw that in a bit closer so it's readily available. Right, so I'm going to flip mode this. That way I can insert it a wee bit easier. So red wire has to be where does the blue terminal. Just give a peek in, yeah. Oh, honestly, right, okay, what I'm going to do guys, to make it easier for myself, is I'm going to disconnect this in the meantime. There we are, bosh. Get you tucked in somewhere out of harm's way, and I'm just going to try and get this snug in here. Yep, definitely in like that. Try and get a flat-headed screwdriver, or just anything. There we are. Just to get this pushed in. It's things as such, I need to make sure it is pushed in. There we are. Okay, I would say that's in. Snug. Good. Like I said, I want to get that established before I start putting panels and things back in, so let's flip mode that back into position. Right. Get this case back. That's what I hope to achieve just shortly, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this panel over the top before I start connecting. There we are. So that's that. That's in. Just need to make sure. I'm going to flip mode this because I need to make sure that the barcade panel is going to be, well, that's going to get screwed back in, so that's flush. Right. Once I get that screwed back in, and then I'm just going to draw this over. Start wiring up here, so that there. Let's try and flip that round like so. Actually, I could do with something that's gonna rest that. Just to the side here, I've got the stick stand handy. So I might flip mode that, get him here, try and get somehow, even if I'm able to somehow rest that. just basically want it so I can rest this like so and start somewhat connecting. Is that going to slide down at all? Have a wee peek. I think the joystick is actually resting against one of those, but if it slides, guys. We continue. The joystick connected, hopefully, and like so. It seems snug enough. Now we're just going to start getting into actual colouring of the wires here in accordance to what Brook stated on their website. at the bottom here, for the first button, I've used the orange wire. I more or less tried to do the sequence where the shortest cable is closest. So orange, then yellow, then green, and then black, I'm assuming, at the end there. So that's the kick buttons, I'm assuming, have been wired up. So I'm going to try and get the punch ones wired up just shortly. Yeah, that's the sequence for the buttons that I've wired up. So for the bottom ones here, just to summarise, so orange first, yellow second, green on the third, black on the fourth. For the top buttons here, I've went blue, I've went red, I've went grey, and I've went purple at the end there, just for anybody's reference. And that leaves me with a series of cables here, 1, 2 and 3, which I would assume would be probably start and select here. So I'll just quickly shimmy this out the way. I'm just going to move that light across. In fact, 2 seconds guys, going to try and find a better alternative to trying to keep a hold of this panel whilst I work on this last 2 sections here. BRB. Okay guys, so I've managed to use the stick stand to try and keep that sitting as such, and I'm now in the process of trying to get the start and select buttons, these two here, connected here, so bear with me. Nice, okay, so whether that config is going to work guys, but basically, let's see that button there. So for my start I've used the white cable, and for my select button I've used pink cable for select there. Okay guys, so I'm back again. Hopefully you can somewhat see what's going on here. So what it looks like is I've got 3 wires. I can only get the gist that it's, you know, L3, R3, maybe home. So yeah, just give them a try anyway. We've got ground wires as well, so give that a try. The footery, So I think I'll get the grounds in first, shall I? Well guys, I thought I'd never make it this way, but oh man, she's finally wired. Man. I'm gonna see if I can try and take the camera off and get you a better view, so BRB. Right guys, so to summarise, that was some job, man. Just wish I had better lighting opportunities. Just kind of, I've got the ring light above on the camera, and I've also got a light to the side of me here. It's not the greatest, and then I've obviously got the light actually on. It's not brilliant, however, hopefully, you know, once I start taking pictures, get them posted up on the socials, then hopefully it'll bring a wee bit more clarity. But yeah, there we go guys. Sticks wired in. What I'll probably do is I'll maybe try and do some cable management, just some simple cable ties. Might actually have some from a previous PC, you know, the Velcro style ones, so that if say I'm not entirely too happy with it, then you know I can make adjustments rather than come up myself with your traditional cable tie and then find out that yeah, it's not working very well, and then I need to resort to trying to get snaps and things like that, and then that with wiring, yeah, a bit risky. So anyway guys, I'm going to summarise, finish up, finally get some dinner in me, and yeah, hopefully this has inspired you from the very beginning, and then hopefully in the next video I'll have this all tidied up and then ready to more or less get into testing. So I look forward to that, and I hope you do too on the next one. So yeah, have a good weekend, bank holiday weekend, however you spend it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.